We are in the Dahmer room, and this is the bust that Cannibal Guillaume made. And the owner of the show thought it would be cool to use the bust to display the glasses, the Dahmer glasses, which Taylor bought. So can you give us a little bit more about the glasses, where they come from what time, and would they belong to maybe eventually?
Yeah, we did some analysis on this pair. I did, at least, with some people against kind of a timeline of his other glasses and what he was doing in his life. And it seems like these are pre-prison at some point during his crimes, earlier on in his life, so probably like a little while after high school.
Yeah.
Just do some photo comparisons he made. They're definitely, heavy prescriptions. So this was kind of later on in his life when his eyes got worse, because when he was younger they weren't as bad. But these ones were in some videos with Jake Weber, and then he had them for a while in California, and then they came back from California to me. They were worn on stage by Sango Sugabog for a live performance. Yeah. And then were brought here by me, finally, to their final spot where they're going to be living in this exhibit. And I was hoping that they were going to be on the bus, so that's perfect. What
people will be wondering, if did he ever kill anybody while wearing those glasses? It's highly probable, because he had already killed Stephen Hicks when he was wearing those glasses. So we don't know for sure, of course, but at least those glasses he was wearing when he was an active killer. It's not like the prison glasses that he was wearing because he was wearing them in prison.
Yeah.
So those are a bit more personal, I guess. There's another pair in Alcatraz East, but that's a pair that he was wearing in prison. So it's not the same, definitely. When you talk about Dahmer objects, people often say, but everything was destroyed when the apartment was destroyed, etc. No, you have to understand that his parents got a hold of plenty of stuff. The objects that were destroyed were like the fridge, the drill, and stuff like that. But there's many objects that are still around. It's mostly letters, like this letter to his grandma that he wrote after also the murder of Stephen Hicks. Can you tell us a bit more about the letter?
Yeah, he and his grandmother had a long correspondence. They were very close, it seems. There's a few examples of letters on the site, on Claux Collectibles, that were to his grandmother. A lot of them were in the army. I think 1979 was the year. He was only in the army for a few years, but there's letters that he sent from Germany on stationery from the military, and this is predating that earlier on. So I've kind of put it at in between high school and then in between high school and the small amount of college he did, which was right before university. Right before the army. But anything with handwriting from him is almost near to impossible now.
Plus, this is very personal. It's a family letter, so it is more than scarce. There's also this Bible that you had before, that you sent before. It's been in the expo for a while. It's a Bible that was sent by the other people from his congregation. That's the word you can use for that. Yeah. And it's a very cool exhibit, but of course the jewel of the crown of the exhibit are those glasses. Before we put the glass back on the bust, and we sealed them before the opening of the expo, I'm gonna try them on one last time and showing you how it feels like. Oh. Wow. Yeah. The Dahmer glasses, ladies and gentlemen, the Dahmer glasses. It's quite something.
A lot of people are going to see these very few are going to wear them. So
yeah, exactly.
Good chance.
You might see it when you visit the expo one day, and you will know that not only were they worn by Jeffrey Dahmer, but they were by me, which is kind of funny too. Okay, let's move on and continue setting up the other objects. This is a side photo from Ken Bianchi saying I'm innocent. I had a display for Buono, the hillside strangler, but this was his cousin and accomplice. And since I got this in my collection, I thought it would be interesting to put it next to his cousin, and this is what we're gonna do.
Tornando indietro, noi bisogna stamattina questo quando tutti i ragazzi come ce l'avranno. Ho capito. Fermati un attimo che ragioniamo, che poi perdiamo tempo, non ho tanto tempo sta con le persone spiegati. Per cui se tu vieni alle 7 che carichiamo partiamo alle 8 da qua. Ti sto dicendo dalle 8 in poi c'è traffico per ora andare a Roma oppure no? È piccoletto là, tanto c'è da scaricare. Si dica che si lavi, che puzza da sudore da morire, che mi faccia morire in furgone, che si venga, che è preparato. E dopo che carichiamo.
So we arrived at my display. There's still a few things missing. I bought a few other stuff. The way it's done right now, I'm not really completely satisfied with how it's set up. I'm gonna do it better since it's my own little display. And yeah, let's see how I can make it better. There will be a second one that they will bring soon, so I have more space to spread things. This necklace I used to wear, it's made out of finger bones, and there's a vertebra here, human of course. So yeah, I use it as a necklace. I think there's a sign there used to be a sign that explains this, but I don't see the sign anymore. Too bad, because it's out of context. People just don't know what it's about. So yeah. Okay, what can I bring? So they had an idea of, since there's an evolution here, and since I'm a big part of the exhibit now, we made this card, and people can see the evolution. This is my mugshot photo. And this is a fake mugshot I made last time I was at the expo. So this helps people understand the evolution between those two parts of my life. People can reflect on that maybe. I'm gonna keep this signed copy of the Cannibal Cookbook. It's signed to Roberto, who is one of the curators of the expo. And I'm gonna, let me think. Yeah, there's an object that I want to add, but it will be in the other glass display. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. For the moment I keep it here, but I will probably change things later. I don't know, this is not the final thing. It's just, you know, until I get a better solution, I guess. The key to a good display is 3-dimension. It's not only flat, like the Segawa you have here, where everything is flat, but it's also stuff that's more or less popping out and standing up. So I think it gives more life to this kind of displays. This has a costume that I was wearing when I was working in the morgue. I'm still waiting for a mannequin. They will bring a mannequin so I can dress it and dress it with the costume I was wearing. And this box here, it's a piece of art that I brought from Paris. It's a skull, a painted skull. What I'm going to do is to put it on display here until we have this other glass display. So I'm going to open this. Okay, looks fine. This is a piece of art I made months ago. It's one of those skulls that I do, and it's splattered with my own blood, as you can see. So it's based on the skull of the vampire of Dusseldorf, Peter Curtin. I made it in the style of those painted skulls that are in ossuaries in Austria. They have the name in Gothic letters of the person who's deceased and the date of death. This was the date of Curtin's execution, 1931. Those are actual crime scene photos, autopsy photos. Those are the scissors that he used on his victim. Those are drawings and skulls. And this is my blood, dripping all over the skull. The style is a bit different from what I usually do. This will go on a glass display, of course. But yeah, I was happy with the result, and I thought that it would look good in this museum. So maybe I will display it in a way that people see it from a distance.